Alright, good afternoon. Just want to do a quick video before the winter hits. Here we are in the front yard. Starfruit's doing pretty nice. It's although this is middle of December, it's actually still pushing out a good amount of growth if you look at that right there. The flowers are still staying, they're still setting. This guy is just loaded with flowers. Yeah, we should be able to get a decent harvest come this spring. These two Cherimoyas back here, it seems this past year or so they've just been dedicating a good amount of it just to growing the wood and the trunk and also the foliage. We're gonna move these two guys to the front yard come this spring. That way it gets a fair decent amount of sunlight. If you see the holes in the leaves, we actually had a hailstorm that hit us just a few weeks ago. So yeah, that's what happens. That's nature. So again, these two Cherimoyas, they were planted here about a little over 2.5 years ago. They're ready for the front yard. Yeah, they should be solid enough to handle the cold and the heat. Moving on, here's the other Starfruit. Also pushing out a lot of new growth, as well as flowering. To the left is the lemon guava. This guy should be getting ready for winter, but oddly enough, it's pushing out a lot of new growth. Yeah, the lemon guava, technically it's zone 10, which means come about 30 degrees or so, it struggles a bit, but not this guy. Moving on, Ruby Supreme, doing fairly nice. To the left, black pepper, still green as ever. And here's the long on that we have in the front yard. This guy is a champ. It's taking the sun and the cold without any problems at all. In fact, it's actually pushing a lot of new growth right there. Right next to it, this forest of Cherimoya seeds that we ate through in this container, and it started growing. Covered by the main Maile Sapote here. This is the main pot for the Maile Sapote. Both of these guys are just out here just getting some sunshine. Well, not today, it's a bit cloudy today. Here's the red Malaysian Guava. If you look at the flowers, although it looks like it's blooming, we're likely not going to get any guavas this time. This is actually the second set, but I mean it's getting cold. It's going to be in the low 30s, high 20s. Here's the Cherimoya. One of the Cherimoyas. It actually got beat up by the wind pretty badly. We had a heck of a week a few weeks ago where it's just constant wind. Battered the heck out of this guy. Moving on. Here's a pendant. We use this for cooking, mostly for dessert, making nam wan. It smells really, really good. Yeah, this guy does not like the coal at all, but if you look at it, it's got some new growth. Here's a sweet hot lychee, newest collection to our fruit forest. Next to I believe it's a Thai guava. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's a Vietnamese guava. No, it wasn't a Thai guava. It's a Thai guava. Also fruiting. Here are 2 Cavendish banana plants that we've separated from the main plant in the backyard. Another lychee. This one's a Brewster. Barbados cherry. A little baby long on. Here's a sugarcane jujube. It's gone deciduous. It's gonna bounce right back come spring. This guy right here is what's known as a climbing wattle. We use this for cooking. Insanely delicious, full of vitamin A. It has, to my knowledge, the highest vitamin A content of anything out there. This guy is a duhat, also known as a Jamuna tree. I believe it's native to the Philippines. Since growing, or actually since putting it in the ground, just come February, it's gotten maybe 4 times as tall. It was literally just a 2 feet stick. Now it's probably maybe 15 feet now, 10, 15 feet. Next to this moringa right here. Moringa, very beneficial. It's a miracle plant, but we don't use it enough. So we're gonna chop this guy down and put the 2 cherimoyas back there, up here. Here's a strawberry guava. It's actually, I believe it's fruiting. Let me see if I can find the fruit. Oh, right there. It's still fruiting. Here's the other cherimoya. Here's the younger cherimoya. Well, actually, that guy and this guy, they were planted at the same time, and yet this one right here is significantly bigger than its brother right there, back there. And here's the newest addition. Yeah. We've been just pushing in and out of the garage at night just because these are the newest collections that are for us. Santo, pushing a lot of new growth. Keo Savoy, mango. Tommy Atkins. Nam Dok Mai. A lot of new growth. Here's a Glen mango. Also a lot of new growth. Next to the different various mangoes that we've grown from seed. Here's some tamarind. These we're going to put in the ground come the spring. Actually, all of these potted plants we're going to put in the ground come the spring. These 2 right here, these are these are known as Papaya trees. They're, oddly enough, it's related to the Cherimoyas and the Edamoyas, and it's native to North America. It's popular in the Northeast. So got 2 of them, a male and a female. That is the Kamijou next to rambutan. in this makeshift greenhouse. Still growing nicely. Of course, no food forest is complete without pineapple. And here is the Soursop. Yeah, it wasn't doing so well in the greenhouse, so decided to just push it out in the garage. But if you look at it, it's actually bouncing back. So what's going to happen is all these old leaves are going to just eventually fall out, and new leaves come out and take its place. No big deal. Although Soursops are very sensitive to cold, it is actually, from experience, a very hardy plant. It bounces right back. Yeah, here's a jackfruit seedling that, yeah, it wasn't a big fan of the greenhouse. It did get pretty cold in there, and yeah. Oh, of course, here's the coconut cream mango. Yeah, it too suffered just a bit in the greenhouse, so at first sign of stress, we went ahead and just take it out. Here's the Corriente mangoes, one of them. The other one, this guy is looking at the leaves, it's developing some fungal issue, so we're gonna spray this guy with some neem oil. Same with these, this other Corriente back here, and we're gonna isolate these two. That way it doesn't affect the remaining mangoes. Mangoes, for some reason, from experience, they're very sensitive to fungal issues. So best to just quarantine those two guys. So I'm gonna go and take you to the backyard now. All right, so here's the backyard. So before I begin, I wanted to show you this really quick. Let's just checking this out. Look at all these crawlers. I mean, seriously, look at that. This is what's keeping all the plants alive. So move them all back. They're feeding off of the decaying leaves that fell from this fig right here. This is a brown turkey fig. To its left, Vietnamese Guava. Here's a tangerine. Another Vietnamese Guava. This guy that's nestled back here is a grapefruit. It's not in the best spot. We're gonna likely move this come this fall. I'm sorry, this spring. Mexican cream guava and passion fruit. It's got the entire gazebo covered. Right in front of it, another Duhat or Jamun, just like the one in the front. This guy was just 2 feet high, and it ballooned to this. So extremely fast growing. Here's the long on that wasn't doing so well. It's doing a lot better now that the fig has gone deciduous. Back here, there's some, these two are actually, let's see if I can get this. These two back here are actually sugar cane. Let's see. Here's a gumi chama, chuma. Right in front of it, Thai guava, And we do have a couple of stone fruits. Here's a white lady peach. Yeah, that's the name of it, white lady peach. Next is a banana there. It's yeah, it's getting ready for the winter. It's getting hammered just a bit. Right in front of the greenhouse. Guava. This is, I believe it's a pink tropical pink. And here's the greenhouse. Check it out. Kefir lime. Another climbing wattle back there. Forest of papaya. Improved brown sticky fig. This one's actually ready, so I'll pick this one up in a little bit. Jackfruit, grown from seed. And the guy nestled back here. Alano cipadella. Carry starfruit. Another red Malaysian Guava. And not sure if I could show it to you back there. Actually, I can right there. That's a pup from the Namwa banana. That's the sugar apple. It's gone deciduous. It'll bounce right back up. Here's a relatively tall yellow passion fruit. Here's a Santo. I'm sorry, not Santo. Canistel. Berry, of course. Check it out. Loaded with berries. Yeah. So, yep. This is going to be a treat. Back here, another berry. This one, again, is still a baby. Right in front is the coffee tree. This guy doesn't seem to be harmed at all by the cold. In fact, it's actually pushing out a lot of new growth. So here's the heater that we've got that I have on a timer. Comes on at the very cold morning hours. We did extend the greenhouse just a bit. Not much in this room, just a lot of baby climbing wattles. Again, insanely nutritious, especially in vitamin A. Basil, just some raised beds. These two guys back there, they're in recovery mode. That's a Peter honey fig along with a Thai guava. Not much happening in the raised bed. These two date palms, these are very special. Well, these are Medjool date palms. They're not special. It's special in the sense that we, went to Costco, got a couple of bags worth of date palms, started eating them, put some seeds in here, and 2 years later, it's what happened. Next to blood orange. Another red Malaysian. This is a golden sweet apricot. It's gone deciduous. It'll bounce right back up come the spring. And here's the tropical white guava. This guy's taking the cold like a champ. It's not going to lose any of his leaves. Cara orange. Ruby Supreme Guava. Oh, look at that hummingbird. It flew away. Sorry, Pineapple Guava. Forest of Cherimoya seeds. Inga, also known as the ice cream bean tree. This guy's gotten pretty tall. More passion fruit. This is what we see when we sit back here under the swing. This is what we see. Let's see, where was I? Oh, Calamodine, basically a cross between a kumquat and an orange. Very sour. You'll want to consume this with some Maile berry. Variety unknown, Guava. Right in front of it. Carry Starfruit. These right here, these are I forgot what they're called. I'm drawing a blank right now. He'll get back to me. So let's see. Cavendish Banana. This right here is Sornam Cherry. Here's a green Jujube, thornless, also known as an Indian Jujube. It's going a bit deciduous, but no problem. If you look at it, it's actually gotten some fruits and flowering still. Yeah, the thing with this Jujube tree is the taproots are very deep that the cold doesn't bother it at all. Almost seems like it should be a song in a Disney show of some sort. Here's another variety unknown. Indian Guava. Here's a very special tree that I've got. Sadly, the hail also got to this guy. I mean, we had a freak hailstorm last few weeks ago. Put a bunch of holes in the leaves. This is a Kamijou, also known as a star apple. I got a Valette de Bordeaux guava. I'm sorry, fig back there. It's going a bit deciduous. This container right here, it's a 25-gallon container. This is the Blackberry. We've decided to put in a container just because blackberries, they throw these runner shoots out there, and it just is very, very invasive. So hopefully this contains it a bit. It's going a bit deciduous. Well, actually, we did just transplant this, so it's not doing so well. But you know what? It's going to bounce right back up. Papaya, Hawaiian solo papaya. Loaded with papayas. Still growing. Look at that. I mean, the hail just came and just knocked the heck out of these leaves. And can't really see that well, but that is a Maile berry that we've put in the ground. Yeah, Maile berries, they prefer a lot of shade, so that's why we've got them covered up. Here's the main banana plant that we first started off with. Loaded with pups. Baby Cherimoya seedling. Long on, which we thought was a lychee. It's a long on. Here's a Maile rose apple. This guy is very sensitive when it comes to cold. I'm going to have to cover it up somehow. If you look at it, it's getting some frost damage already, but no worries, once covered up it should be okay. Behind him is a wax jambu. I'm drawing a blank on its, I believe it's a black diamond if I'm not mistaken. Right now, so down here is simply a rose apple, not sure what variety, but it's got the perfect microclimate. Here's the Cherimoya. Nestle back here Another wax jambu. I believe that is a Black Pearl wax jambu. That is a Thai jumbo wax jambu. If you look at it, it's we've got the whole thing covered up. Right here, this guy is a giant sugar apple next to a Mexican papaya. Of course, another long on. Can't have enough long ons. Another Cherimoya. Here's the white Sapote, the Subel Sapote, loaded with flowers. Manila mango. And right in front of it, Gumachel. Gumachels, yeah, it's not liking the cold so much. No worries, I'm just gonna put a little plastic here to cover the south side a bit. Should be no issue at all. Some more yellow passion fruit vines. Here's a baby mango that we planted from seed. Oddly, it's actually growing or sprouting new growth anyway. Right in front of it is a Loquat. It's flowering. Yeah, Loquats, no problem at all when it comes to cold. It will want some sun protection when it's young. This guy's going about 3 years now. Here is an avocado that we grew from seed. We're gonna put this guy in the ground come the spring. So it's doing very nicely. Dragon fruit, red flush. It's reaching up to the pergola now. Let's see. Oh, before I forget, black Sapote. Did I tell you that we had a hailstorm that came and just knocked the heck out of these guys? Yeah, this is the black Sapote that I've continuously have to come out and pick on its fruit so that way its roots can be established. But yeah, this guy is handling the cold without any issues. Another banana. Look at all the pups down there. Oh, Russian comfrey. That's why I was drawing a blank. That's a Russian comfrey. We use this mostly for compost and mulching, and just basically chop and drop. Tap roots are very deep. It just goes very, very deep into the ground, grabs the nutrients, and brings it into its leaves, and we chop them, and then the organisms consume it and makes the nutrients available for the nearby plants. Another variety unknown, Guava. Jabuticaba. I think that's how you say it. I actually had have a Portuguese co-worker. He's saying it. This is the Jabuticaba. So I'm gonna say it's Jabuticaba. Long on. These twigs back here, these are Goji berries, also known as the wolf berries. Another Namwa banana. Here's the Indian pink guava. Still waiting for these guys to ripen. Vietnamese Guava. Let's see what else I've got. Oh, here's the main. Sorry, I'm having some issues with this gimbal here. Here's the main Namwa banana. Let me back out a bit. That is the banana forest. See that banana's right there on the tree? We're just waiting. We're gonna cut it down shortly and just let it ripen on the table. More dragon fruit. This guy's reaching up to the pergola now. We're gonna let it hang once it reaches up to the pergola. Oh, and here's the sour variety starfruit. This guy right in front of us is an Arctic white peach. Big fan of white peaches. Various potted plants here. Not sure where to begin, but you know, you've got a combination of, these are actually guava seedlings, passion fruits. I believe this is a lady of the night, something to that effect. Here's a yellow passion fruit. I'm sorry, yellow dragon fruit. If you could see, we've actually cut down the bamboo just quite a bit, just because so that way this side right here, this is the south side. You know, there's some, we were trying to expose a lot of the plants to sunlight, so that's why we've trimmed it down heavily. Grapefruit. This is the saddest grapefruit of all. I say that because it only has a single solo grapefruit. Yeah. Not in the best spot. We're gonna likely move this guy also come this spring. These vines right here, this is used in cooking. This is called a jello plant. It's officially called a yen nam. It basically solidifies and becomes jello. More bananas. And because it had been raining recently, here's our collection water. This is all rainwater. The best water you could get. I want to say these are 500-gallon totes there. And that mess right there, this is, I call this the meth lab with an A. That's my compost tea contraption. Another 500-gallon tote, nearly full. And bananas. Yep. So that should conclude the tour before spring hits. I'm sorry, before winter hits.